Today we will start our journey from the Kubuchi Desert in China. A place that people once didn't just call a desert. They called it the Sea of Death. Because life here meant slowly disappearing. Every year, about 500,000 acres of land were silently buried under the sand. Fertile land turned into desert before our eyes. Plants withered and people were forced to flee their homes. All around were only waves of sand and a burning wind. And a silence that meant that life here was losing the fight for survival. But the most terrifying thing was this desert, but it was not stopping. It was spreading slowly. Every year, about 5 lakh acres of land was being lost under the sand. Entire villages, agricultural land, roads, everything was slowly being erased. And there is a name for this process, desertification. Where there was life before, only desert gradually forms, and Kubuchi was one of the biggest examples of this. At one time, this desert was spreading at such a speed that it seemed impossible to stop it, but China did not stop. They tried again and again to stop this desert. They planted trees, built sand control stations, and built large. They launched big projects and invested billions of rupees. But this ocean of sand could not be stopped. No matter how hard they tried, it seemed that they were slowly losing this battle. The desert has a terrible characteristic. Once it starts growing, it is very difficult to stop it. Just then, a man came up with an idea that everyone laughed at first. His name was Wanwanao. He started a strange business. He spent all his savings and took out loans and started a crazy business. He brought more than 100 bulldozers, 300 workers. He worked for 18 hours a day. It continued. He started making small squares with dry bushes on the desert sand. And he started planting willow trees inside that square. This tree is not an ordinary tree. Its roots can go very deep into the ground, up to 300 feet, to find water. This means that this tree can create an opportunity where no other tree can survive. But the problem does not end here. The strong winds of the desert are so strong that it is difficult for these new trees to survive. The wind blows away the sand and also dries out the little moisture in the soil, so the trees cannot survive. Before it died, Wang used a new technique. He surrounded it with bushes so that the wind could not blow directly and the moisture could be retained inside. This small idea slowly started a big change. People were still laughing. This man was crazy. He was planting trees in the desert. But he didn't stop. Not for a day or two. He did the same thing for several years. Slowly, some trees survived and some roots reached deep into the ground. The sand began to stop little by little. It seemed that maybe the impossible was becoming possible little by little. But then another big problem. To keep the trees alive, regular care is needed. New branches have to be cut. Otherwise, the tree will not be strong, it will not grow. And it is almost impossible to do this work in this vast desert. If you do it with humans, the cost will be sky high. And it will take endless time. So who will do this work? Who will manage this whole system in such a big place with so much difficulty? And right here, suddenly the imagination takes a new turn, which no one could have ever imagined. A small animal, a rabbit, started doing the work that had become almost impossible to do with humans. Here a special species of rabbit, Rex rabbit. These rabbits are called white gold. Because their fur is so soft, so valuable that a good quality skin can be sold for up to $30. Where it costs only $2 to raise a rabbit. That means more than 15 times the return from one animal. But this is not the real story. The real story is hidden in their small habit. Rex rabbits really like to eat the new and tender branches of the willow tree. And when these rabbits started eating the new branches of the tree, the main stem of the tree became thicker and stronger and it started to become permanent. That is, the work that humans had to do repeatedly. Cutting branches and strengthening trees was done by these rabbits themselves with great ease. It doesn't end here. Another great contribution of these rabbits was their dung. It may sound strange, but their dung started to act as a very powerful natural fertilizer. Gradually, the dry and almost dead soil started to come back to life. There was another surprise. These rabbits ate grass, but they could not digest the grass seeds completely. As a result, the seeds would return to the soil through them. And after a few days, it was seen that where there was only sand before, grass slowly started growing. A small cycle was created. Nature and animals both started working together. Gradually, the sand started to settle. The moisture inside the soil started to hold. The wind could no longer blow away the sand like before. And within a few years, the place that was once a dead desert started to slowly turn green. But it doesn't end here. This change did not stop only in the environment. It spread to human life as well. This change of the local people. Rabbit farming was encouraged. Every house started to turn into a small farm. Rabbit fur was sold. Raw materials also started to come from trees. And people slowly started to earn money. At one time, those who were fleeing from this desert started to return again. This process continued for years. And at one time, a large part of the Kubuchi Desert was covered with greenery. The place that was once called only the Sea of Death. At one time, those who had fled from this place came back again. But it didn't stop. A huge solar power plant was built in the middle of the desert. It was shaped like a running horse with 196,000 panels. This plant generates 2.3 billion kilowatt hours of electricity per year, which is enough for about 400,000 people. But there is a twist here too. These panels don't just generate electricity. They also reduce wind speed by 50%. They also create shade under the panels. And grass grows again under that shade. And rabbits, sheep, ducks start eating that grass, meaning a new ecosystem is created where technology and nature works together. And today this model is not limited to China only. Spain, Africa, Middle East and many other countries have started following this method. The biggest lesson of this story is that no matter how much people laugh at you, you should remain steadfast in your goal. Why give up your dreams for the laughter of others? Because everyone who has grown up till now was laughed at first. Now the decision is yours.